Hey there besties! Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to continue the recap of The Man Wha Never Let Go of My Ex-Husband. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy the video because it really helps our channel grow. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get started. The maid pushed the room door open. Madam. Young madam. We can't find the young master, she said, looking scared. Lin Zhuo? Shi Weiyi thought, feeling a pang of fear at the news as his smiling face flashed past her mind. Meanwhile, at the Rose Garden men's toilets, two people engaged in a romantic affair. Did you miss me? Huh? Said a woman. You are naughty, replied a man. These two were Lin Xiang, the leader of the Lin family's minor branch, and Go Fei, Go Zhu's younger sister. You naughty little kitty. You're driving me crazy. You have to make it up to me for a whole month, Lin Xiang told her, his cheeks flushing. Go Fei hushed him by placing her finger against his lips. Xiang, we can't do it now. I'm the bridesmaid of Mrs. Lin. Let's meet at our usual place after the wedding ends. Don't let your wife find out, she told him softly, her face turning red seductively. Lin Xiang playfully slapped her ass. Okay then, I'll spare you for now. I'll need some nurse and policeman play tonight, he said as she left the toilet. Naughty, Go Fei told him as she walked out of the toilet where they were hiding. She went to the sink using its mirror to redo her makeup. That bald old man stinks. He's full of crazy ideas in bed. I'm fed up with him, she thought angrily as she rubbed her lipstick, watching her reflection in the mirror. After I kick Wei away and hook up with Lin Du, I will say goodbye to those old perverts, she thought, giggling. Go Fei hummed to the tune of a song as she walked towards the exit. Suddenly Lin Zhuo barged into the bathroom in his pajamas, opening the door as he walked in with baggy eyes, for he hadn't slept all night. Little did he know that he hit Go Fei's face, causing her lipstick to fall and break. Oops, ouch! My new nose, she cried in pain. Shit! All the roses I plucked say mommy loves daddy, Lin Zhuo said dejectedly as he walked into the bathroom. Hey, Go Fei shouted. Huh? He said softly, turning to see who it was behind him. Little brat, are you blind? Go Fei muttered harshly, flexing her arm. Do you know how expensive my lipstick is? She shouted at him. Shi Weiyi, in her bid to find Lin Zhuo, passed by the men's toilet and overheard Go Fei's voice. You can't afford one of them even if I sell you, she said, raising her hand to hit him as Shi Weiyi saw Go Fei's display. But he kicked her on the knee. Wow, Go Fei cried in pain. A miss, first of all, this is a men's toilet, he said, his arms folded as he glared at her with an icy cold look. Go Fei said, taken aback. Lin Zhuo, are you in there? Shi Weiyi called out, rushing in. Wei? Go Fei called out, surprised. What happened? She asked upon seeing him. Lin Zhuo turned upon seeing Shi Weiyi, he changed face and began crying. Mommy, this perverted woman went into the men's toilet and wanted to hit me. I am so scared, mommy, he said, pointing to Go Fei still crying. Huh? Go Fei shouted in confusion. Shit, you little brat. You are indeed good at changing faces. Wei, don't listen to him. I need to teach this uneducated brat a lesson, Go Fei said as she drew Lin Zhuo's cheek hard, causing him to cry out in pain. He pushed her hand away from his cheek. Mommy, it hurts so bad, he cried with puppy eyes to elicit sympathy from Shi Weiyi. With a sinister look, Lin Zhuo thought, woman, you are doomed. Shi Weiyi rushed to Go Fei and kicked her, eliciting a scream from Go Fei. Fuck, Shi Weiyi, you just kicked me, she thought. Lin Zhuo stood behind Shi Weiyi as he peeked. Oh, now I'm satisfied, he thought with an evil grin. Indeed, an uneducated person should be taught a lesson, Wei said, looking at Go Fei with an angry face. This is for Zhuo to get even with you. You'd better pray that Zhuo is fine, or you'll be in big trouble, Wei told Go Fei. Wei, you kicked your best friend for this brat. Go Fei shouted as she sat on the floor from the fall after the kick. What happened? She used to be so obedient to me. How come she's become like a different person overnight? Go Fei thought to herself. What happened? Fei, why did you sit on the floor? Lin Xiang asked, walking out from the toilet upon seeing her on the floor. Xiang! Xiang! Someone bullied me, she cried, running to meet him, feigning fake tears. This brat knocked into me and it really hurts, she said, pointing at Lin Zhua. Let's see who dares to bully my sweetheart, Lin Xiang said angrily as he held Go Fei closely. Shi Weiyi picked Lin Zhua up, carrying him in her arms. Both of them wore a calm look as Shi Weiyi declared, we did. Humph, my backer is here. Although I can't do anything about Shi Weiyi, that brat is doomed, Go Fei thought as she held on to Lin Xiang. Suddenly Lin Xiang shook Go Fei off him. Young madam, he said, his head bowing down to show respect. Isn't she Mr. Lin's bride? Oh dear, I don't want to pick on her, he thought, looking scared upon realizing who Shi Weiyi was. And you are? Shi Weiyi asked him. I'm Lin Xiang, a distant relative of Mr. Lin, Lin Xiang said, holding his head. This guy is just a minor leader of a branch of the Lin family, but Go Fei chose him to be her sugar daddy. If he knew that Go Fei just pinched Lin Zhua, the young master, he'd have a heart attack, she thought, noticing his sudden change in demeanor. Young madam, how come you are here? He said, bowing his head to see Lin Zhua. Alas, young master, what happened to your face? He asked, sweaty as he observed Lin Zhua's pinched cheek. Geez, who is the little brat? Why did Lin Xiang call him young master? Even Lin Xiang is scared of him. Could it be that? Go Fei thought with a scared look. She was frightened as to what her actions might cost her. Lin Zhua pointed at Go Fei. She did it, he said, referring to who injured him. This is just a misunderstanding, Xiang, Go Fei said, stuttering and clutching onto him. Bitch, don't you know your place? Lin Xiang said angrily before turning to slap her hard on the cheek. You dare bully Mr. Lin's son, he said to her. Mr. Lin's son, so he's the young master of the Lin family. Shit, I hit him. Will I see the sun tomorrow? She thought, kneeling down and holding her cheek. You guys come here, take this bitch outside and teach her a lesson, Lin Xiang said, making a phone call to his bodyguards. Yes, came the reply of the bodyguards. 2 guards soon entered the bathroom, approaching him. Boss, they said to Lin Xiang. Take her out right now, he said with an angry look, making her tremble. The guards approached Go Fei as she shrank back. They picked her up from the ground, holding her tightly. Lin Xiang, must you do this to me? Please let me go. I will do everything for you in the future, she begged. Wei, please save me. Help! Help! Go Fei cried, freeing herself as she ran towards Shi Weiyi in tears. I'm still your best friend. Please save me, she said in tears. You should ask Zhua to see if he's willing to forgive you, Shi Weiyi told her, making Lin Zhua smile childishly as she gritted her teeth. Young master, I'm blind. I'm stupid. I shouldn't have picked on you. I'm so sorry and please forgive me, she said as she banged her head on the floor as she begged for mercy. You're mommy's friend after all, so I'll give you a chance, Lin Zhua told her nonchalantly. Her head banging on the floor really say something, he thought, grinning upon seeing Go Fei begged for mercy. I haven't taken back the stock share Go Fei stole from me together with that disgusting couple. An eye for an eye. I will make you regret messing with me, Shi Weiyi thought with a cold look. Humph. I will never forgive you so easily. It's just for mommy's sake, Lin Zhua thought with a faint smile, both synchronizing in their scheming. Go clean yourself and get dressed. I'll send you another dress. You're my bestie, and you must be in the ceremony with nice looks, Shi Weiyi said to Go Fei as she headed out with Lin Zhua in her arms. Wei, you're the best. Rest assured I will not let you down and get myself dolled up, Go Fei said, feigning a smile amidst her turmoil. I know she can't change overnight. She's still as stupid as before. I'll remember this. When I get to the ceremony, I will make your wedding a living hell, she thought with an evil determination. The wedding was held in the rose garden of the Lin's villa. All the guests were seated as they chattered. The wedding was about to begin, but the groom hadn't shown up. "Where's Lindu? He's supposed to wait for me. But now it's the other way around. Don't tell me that he left me at the altar," Shi Weiyi thought, looking a bit tense as Lin Zhuo observed that Shi Weiyi was worried. "Look, helicopters!" someone shouted. Helicopters were flying towards the venue with their portraits. "Eh? Lindu brought my painting," she said, spotting her painting hung on the leading helicopter for all to see. "Mommy painted me and put me in the center." "Well done," Lin Zhuo said, blushing. Lindu unhooked his seat belt. He appeared in front of his helicopter's door, looking dashingly handsome. "He's flying a helicopter. Thank God it's not a war," Shi Weiyi thought, watching him from the altar. Lindu buttoned up his suit and fastened his gloves properly before gracefully jumping off the helicopter with a swift motion. He deployed his parachutes, signaling the commencement of the spectacle. "What are the choppers doing?" Shi Weiyi exclaimed as the helicopters put on a show, flying in a coordinated manner. Lindu landed with a smile in front of Shi Weiyi gallantly. "This is the most flamboyant and life-risking way of getting married. Hasn't he considered what if his parachute didn't work and he just died, and I'll be a widow?" Shi Weiyi thought with a tensed look. Lindu took off his parachute as he adjusted his dark shades to look at her. "My bride has an amazing figure," Lindu remarked, lowering his glasses slightly to catch a glimpse of Shi Weiyi's beauty. Soon the wedding bells rang, signaling the beginning of the wedding ceremony. "We are gathered here today to witness the joining of two lives," the priest announced. "Does anyone have any reasons against their joining?" he asked the congregation. Lindu and Shi Weiyi held hands, their gaze fixed on each other's eyes. Suddenly a voice interrupted. "Wait a second," someone exclaimed, puzzling both of them. "Bro, I'm so sorry I'm late," Bai Qingxiao, Lindu's cousin, said, sweating. Bai Qingxiao, a genius doctor of medicine studying at the University of Oxford, apologized as he arrived. "Oh, I thought his secret lover came here to stop the wedding," Shi Weiyi thought, recognizing Lindu's cousin. They all let out a sigh of relief. "Let's continue then," the priest said. Bai Qingxiao was hit on his head lightly by Wu Lifei. "Didn't I tell you not to be late?" Wu Lifei, Lindu's mom, scolded him, her arms folded in anger. "My dearest aunt, I didn't expect that Lindu would get married for real. Plus, my car broke down and I had to run all the way here," he explained, holding his head. "Oh, Aunt, Lindu has a great taste. The bride is so breathtaking," he added. Upon seeing Shi Weiyi, he wondered what their first night would be like, his hand against his chin in contemplation. Lindu said, his eyes glancing devilishly at his cousin, making him tremble as though he could read his mind. "That is not my business," Bai Qingxiao thought, shakingly as he sat down obediently. "Ahem, all my friends, is there anyone who has a reason against their joining?" the priest asked once more, clearing his throat. "Wait a second," someone said, stepping forward and stunning the couples again. The man approached the front and gently removed his glasses in a refined fashion. It was Qi Matang, Lindu's best friend. "Ah, isn't he the hot movie star, Qi Matang?" a lady in the crowd exclaimed, blushing. "Ah, so cute. I don't believe I could see him here," another person remarked, surprised. "But he looks pretty angry," someone else pointed out. Indeed, Qi Matang wore an angry expression. "Lindu, you betrayed me," he exclaimed, tears streaming down his cheeks. "Huh?" Lindu exclaimed, disbelief etched on his face. "Wow, what did I just hear?" "This wedding is full of drama," someone remarked, observing the unfolding scene. "The two most handsome men have dated?" another asked in disbelief. "I think Lindu is on top and Qi Matang is on the bottom," said another, relishing the spectacle unfolding before them. "Qi Matang, are you messing with daddy again?" Lin Zhuo said, climbing down from his seat, but he was picked up and placed back by Bai Qingxiao. "Little one, calm down. Your Uncle Qi is just testing your mommy and daddy," he told Lin Zhuo. "Ah?" Lin Zhuo exclaimed. Bai Qingxiao adjusted his glasses as he went into full detail. Tang was considered to be an emotionless, serious, and talented movie star. But what he did most in private was to engage in all kinds of antics. He was devoted to embarrassing his friends, he explained to Lin Shuo, sweating a bit. He once pretended to be a pregnant woman to screw my blind date. Or he might have cosplayed as the late Mr. Lin and surprised Lin Du when he was asleep. He even got dressed as Lin Du and caught me off guard when I was taking a shower, Bai Qingxiao said, looking embarrassed as he reminisced about those moments. Now the show has begun, he said with a cinematic look, holding popcorn as he anticipated Qi Motong's drama.
Lin Du asked Qi Motong with a fierce look, "Are you courting death? Are you abandoning me for this woman?" Qi Motong replied, tears rolling down his cheeks, "It seems what happened between us is all my delusion." Lin Du, looking furious, told Qi Motong, "I give you one last chance. Get off." Shi Weiyi held Lin Du's hands and said to him confidently, "I will settle it." "Do you have any idea?" Lin Du inquired, seeking insight to her plans. Shi Weiyi offered a handkerchief to Qi Motong, stunning him with the gesture. "Here, wipe your tears," she said. He rudely hit her hand, causing the handkerchief to fall to the ground. "Return Lin to me," Qi Motong said, posing as he pointed harshly at her. Shi Weiyi went mute for a short while before bursting into tears, feeling wronged while taking him by surprise. "How can I live without him?" she said through her sobs. "Why are you all bullying me like this? Have I not been bullied enough?" She cried out loudly, trying to dry her own tears with her hand. Qi Motong shouted in astonishment, his jaw dropping along with the entire spectators as they watched her cry. "Damn," Qi Motong thought, "she cries so grievously." She recounted her own past, stating being stolen and sold by a bad guy to a remote and poor village when she was a kid, enduring blindness for a decade. Finally, her eyes were cured, and her parents found her back. "But my boyfriend cheated on me, dating my sister," she told them. "Well, I forgave that, and finally, I got a chance to marry Lin. I thought I finally had a promising future. But you appeared," she sobbed, stuttering as she spoke. Everyone, Lin Du included, was speechless. Amidst the stunned silence, thoughts swirled about the multitude of challenges she had faced. "Since you want me to give him up, there's nothing for me here," she said, holding the hem of her gown. "There's a river outside. I wish you happiness," Shi Weiyi said through tears as she ran forward. "Oh, you're gonna drown yourself," the spectators all shouted in unison as panic set in. She smirked inwardly as she knew they were buying her sob story. "Acting. I'm also good at acting," she thought. "Hey girl, wait a moment. Do not act on impulse," Qi Motong said, sweaty, stopping her as he held her hand. Where did Lin find this girl? She is so miserable, he thought, getting really scared. "Girl, life is beautiful. Don't do that," Qi Motong told her. "How could it be beautiful? I was sold when I was a kid," she told him. "You're back home now," he added. "I was blind for a decade," Shi Weiyi said to him. "You are cured now. The world is so beautiful. You should look more," he said, advising her not to end her own life. "I was cheated by my ex," she told him. "You've met a better one," he said, holding her hand, his expression looking scared. "But he is gonna be grabbed by you," she told him with an unpersuaded look. Qi Motong had reached his limits. "No, she's gonna perish if I keep acting. Just tell her the truth," he thought, scared knowing he had taken his joke too far. "Nonsense. How could I do that kind of wicked thing?" he said, rubbing his head. She was quiet. "Let me explain it. I was just joking to make you laugh," he said, stepping closer to her. "Lin and I are just good friends, Miss Shi. You can marry him safely. If anyone dares grab him from you, I, Qi Motong, will stand up for you," he said assuredly, posing like he was in a movie, making her speechless. "Lin, she's a good girl. She's willing to sacrifice her life for your happiness. You must cherish her, understand," Qi Motong said, pointing at Lin Du with a serious look. He took hold of her hand forcefully, perplexing Shi Weiyi. "Don't jump into the river. Just jump into the tomb of marriage. You should be together until you perish, he said, holding her hand as he led her in a rush back to the altar. He's acting on impulse, she mused as he guided her along. If you dare bully her, I will give you a lesson for her, he said, joining their hands together.
Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. If you enjoyed what you watched, please consider liking, subscribing, and ringing that notification bell. Your comments mean the world to us and help us improve. The next episode promises even more excitement and unexpected twists, so stay tuned as we embark on this thrilling journey together. Keep the anticipation alive, and we'll catch you in the next episode.